Alrighty, y'all. Hello and welcome to the future. Not literally, but it's going to feel like it in this video because we're taking a look at some fine examples of why different countries and regions in the European continent seem to be living well into the future and leaving Americans like me feeling like we're falling behind. This has been a theme for a while, but this video should solidify it. So I feel like this should be pretty interesting. Let's take a look. Okay. German technology be like. What in the hell is this? Avocado scannen, it said. Zoom heute essen. What is this thing? I have never seen such a machine in my life. Oh, it shows the ripeness. Wow. How in the world does it do that? That is freaking so freaking cool. Wow. Okay. You know, I expect this video to be pretty fun, and it definitely will be. I did not expect literally a digital avocado ripeness machine. Yeah. This is why these are fascinating. I have never seen that in my life. Avocados are like one of the best things ever, right? They're one of my favorites, but they could be frustrating because, you know, you could do the field test, you know, and maybe peel the top little pit back and see, you know, how green it is inside. But sometimes it could be deceiving. I don't know how accurate this machine is, but it probably gives you a better idea. I think this is freaking awesome. And again, why don't we have these in the U.S.?
How do I receive my order? In Estonia,
Ooh, DHL?
the robot came to deliver at the door of my home.
It's like a little delivery truck, but it's unmanned.
I received my order in Estonia.
And it has a plate and everything. What?
The robot came to deliver at the door of my home, entering the code to receive the package.
Yo, that is, oh my God.
Order delivered. Now just be happy.
Estonia, what is happening? Look at that.
Bye-bye. How do I receive?
This is a literal autonomous delivery van. And it's like well organized.
In Estonia.
Okay, that is so freaking cool. Obviously, a lot of these technologies I feel like are supplemental would be the right way to say it. Because on a grand scale, I feel like we should somewhat protect jobs like delivery drivers. Human delivery drivers is still going to be a thing for a long time, I hope. And there's a need for that. But when you have deliveries to maybe certain, like, you know, universities or, you know, like small apartment complexes, I can see this being a better option and being viable. So I think mixing in technology on top of still having conventional jobs is like kind of a good way to look at it. This is really freaking cool. Obviously not on like a grand scale. I don't think this would work, but for certain scenarios, this is awesome. And again, I've heard of like some sort of drone deliveries and or, you know, somewhat robotic deliveries in the U.S. even. I've never seen one personally. I don't even know if that was all rumors and they haven't done it yet, or if they have done it, but they've only rolled it out in like 1 or 2 cities. I'm not sure. But the fact that this is like a full robo van delivering packages to this person is awesome in Estonia, of all places. How freaking cool. And I may mention this video is actually almost 3 years old. So Estonia is definitely ahead of the US.
In this city, they are living in the future. I know you might think it sounds a bit silly and that you can find this kind of thing everywhere now. However, after traveling to many countries and visiting many cities all over the world, especially in Europe, where cities still maintain their traditional charm and things appear much older, you notice that the statues often look the same. They are often made of bronze, remaining completely still, and at best they might get a bit shiny from people touching them. But overall, there's nothing particularly unique about them. Here in Prague, in the Czech Republic, though, there's a sculpture that's quite different. It is known as the Kafka head. And it's not only a strange-looking metallic statue. It actually rotates.
Holy
Once an
crap.
hour, for 15 minutes, it begins to move, creating an incredible show. In this city, they are living in the future. I know you might think it sounds...
Excuse me?
It begins to move...
That thing turns and looks at you. That is
It actually
that is insane.
rotates
Slightly
once an hour
creepy.
for
Majorly awesome though. Damn, Prague.
actually rotate.
Every time I swear I see something like beyond fascinating, it's usually in Prague. Like the Czech Republic is awesome in my opinion. There's just some cool stuff
They are
going
living
on
in the
there.
future.
Look at that thing go. And it not only can rotate the whole head, it actually could just do individual, like all these individually. And it could just kind of go in its own way, kind of go crazy, make them all rotate independent of each other. That is freaking cool. I have never seen anything like that. And it is definitely a futuristic new take on having a conventional statue. This is cool. I bet this attracts a lot of attention. So, yeah, that is futuristic. I love it. It's all about how the stores are just better. There's the avocado machine. Yeah, the eggs. We've seen that. I like how you have an actual egg display, though. I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, that is. Oh, see? Whoa. We don't have a whole aisle of sausages. There it is. I don't know how I've never seen this before. That's super cool. This one was a little more ripe than the other one. Beer in glass bottles, no more to buy entire case. That's cool, too. I never even thought about that with beer. We've seen it with conventional drinks before. Like sodas and juices. But, yeah, actually being able to just buy a bottle of beer if you want. Or just buy a case, right? That's freaking cool, dude. I wish we had that. We don't. You could buy single, like, large cans sometimes, but only certain retailers sell them. This is freaking awesome. We don't have that. Now, I am not a mayonnaise fan at all. Very interesting. I would maybe take a ranch in a tube. That's cool. That one, we have non-refrigerated milk as well. We have refrigerated milk, but then we have these cartons of milk, actually just like this. We have non-refrigerated versions. Pineapple. Yeah, we don't have this. I actually have seen this at a store in Nashville, Tennessee once. So only time I've seen it in 30-something years in the U.S. So they're very rare. I would say overall we don't have them. This we definitely don't have. Yeah. Yeah, your guys' store experience is, at least feels futuristic to most Americans. It just really is.
So this machine...
Spain is living in the future. Okay, hold up. What do we got here? This is an actual Heineken branded machine.
Beer in, and it makes it cold. So let's see. So
Oh my God.
And you close it.
Yo. Okay, so you wait 30 seconds. She's fast forwarding the video. Oh, let's go.
And now it's cold.
Let's freaking go.
It's cold. That is amazing. So this machine...
Okay. We all love beer. Maybe not everyone watching, but for those that love beer, we all love beer. I've never seen anything like this. How beautiful is this? I'm not the biggest Heineken fan, although I haven't had it in years, I think. But
put a normal...
hey, you know what? In a pinch, a cold Heineken or a cold anything is going to be better than warm. That is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Hell yes. Oh my God, look at all the hate. Look at all the hate for Heineken. That's not beer though. Oh, come on now. You gotta do Heineken that dirty. This is in Spain as well. Jeez. Which part of Spain is this? Jeez, that looks absolutely gorgeous. Holy smokes, man. What a beautiful place. Wow. This is in Spain. Oh my God. Let me turn that down. Oh, whew. That is pretty crazy. The whole room is a TV. The whole room is a screen. I would probably elect not to do this as that freaks me out, that kind of stuff. Visual overload. But I will say, That is really cool. I guess I've seen stuff sort of like this, but it's usually not done to this scale where every single like floor, wall, ceiling, like it's all synced together. That's pretty intense. Looks like it's pretty well done as well. Look at how advanced self-checkout is in London. What are those, clothes? She just threw them in there in a pile. How the hell did it know what she was buying? What? Okay, now obviously we have self-checkout in most stores in the US, but it doesn't quite operate like this. You still have to scan everything. You know what? The more I think about it, though, self-checkout is usually in more of like a supermarket or grocery store environment. I'm trying to think. In a clothing store, I guess it would be a little more old-fashioned. You still got to go up to a human cashier. They scan everything, bag it, and then you're on your way, right? I personally have never seen anything like this at a clothing store. It just says, please place items in there, or you can even place a basket full of stuff in there, and it knows what it is. That is, wow, that is pretty damn impressive. I mean, it's literally in there in a pile, right? It's not like it makes you neatly like fold them and put them in there. I can see that maybe. No, it just throw them in there in a wad and you're good. That's advanced. Damn. Okay. Okay, London. This is why Germany is already living in the future. Okay. We kind of knew that, right? They seem to be. Did you know that all city buses in central Berlin are all electric? Whoa. It's a nice bus. Nice bus, too. That's why I've always noticed. I've had whole videos about buses. Like, your buses are so nice. I hate to say it, but the stereotype's true. Like, a lot of American buses, which, by the way, like, no one takes buses here. It's so rare, right? But if you have to, they're usually, like, they're not maintained well. They're kind of dirty and slummy. You know, it's just how it is. I'm just saying how it is. Now, if you take a coach bus, they're a lot nicer. But that's, again, not often is that happening. That's going to be on a longer trip anyway. This is nice for a city bus. And it's all electric. That's cool. We have hybrid city buses. Now, I actually do think, coincidentally, because remember, I don't live downtown. If you actually live downtown Chicago, I believe they do have full electric buses, and that's recent. I think that was as of this year or maybe last year. So it's becoming a thing slowly here. Now, see, this is funny. Half the time you can't even hear them rolling up. Either A, she's wrong on that, or B, if she's right, then that's not good. I will argue. That's not good. You should be able to hear them rolling up. And there are electric vehicles that make, artificial sounds that when they're going slow rates of speed so you can, hear them, because you kind of should be able to hear something huge and dangerous like a bus rolling up. Just food for thought. But no, this is really cool. Clean, much more integrated buses, right? I'm sure the bus infrastructure is much more relevant in Germany than it is in the U.S. I will also say even the entrance, like, look at this clean entrance. All of ours are always like these skinny, like, awkward stairwells into the bus. This is like a nice entrance compared to the buses I've been on. Like, look at that wide. Oh, that is so nice. I should have noticed that first. This is like so easy. Ours are always like a skinny, like, you gotta like get up there. It's like a joke. Yeah, this is really cool. As very well known that it's very well known that I'm a car guy, right? I still prefer old combustion engines, right, and diesels and stuff. Like, I still always love cars and the sound and the feel of mechanical things. But at least for public transport sectors, I think electric vehicles make a lot more sense. I don't think we should all be driving electric vehicles. I think it's pretty obvious that that's not really possible at the moment, at least here in the U.S. That's failing big time. But I do think public vehicles like this, I think it's almost a no-brainer that they should be electric or at least hybrids at minimum by now. We're living in 2025. Meanwhile, Prague is living in 2040. Oh, this guy, I was looking at these people eating. I'm like, they're eating, they're sitting in chairs. What's so futuristic? And then I noticed, oh, there's a freaking robot with a cute face as like a waiter, or is he cleaning up? I don't know what's happening. That's awesome. Prague at it again. Wow. Prague is in the future. Estonia's in the future. That's why we said, it's just Europe is in the future, guys. It really is. I've never seen a robot walking around a mall or a restaurant. I haven't seen that yet. There we go. Even McDonald's in Slovenia. There you go. Yeah, y'all are decades ahead. I can safely say the McDonald's near me, no, you're going to think you went in a time machine 30 years behind this. No, 50 years behind this. It's actually a really nice McDonald's inside as well. My goodness, man. Look at her loading up the robot there. Load up the meals. Look at these meals are in like big boxes too. What? How interesting. She loads up the robot and it's like, all right, go get him. On your way. I've definitely never seen these in the U.S. And the funny part was I feel like these aren't coming to the U.S. anytime soon because if you haven't seen all the public freakouts and fights and just all this trash behavior in America in places like McDonald's, these things would be kicked, knocked over. People would be stealing your food off of there before it gets to your table. Dude, why can't we have nice things here? Why do we have to act like degenerates so much?
Germany is living in 2054.
Oh my God.
Germany is living in 2054. This is
Y'all have beer in vending machines. Yeah. America's a lie, man. Why do we have shit like this?
$24 a day, you can come get cigarettes. Soda,
yo, what?
Beer. This is crazy. Hot Cheetos.
Everything.
Sour Patch. Look at this. This is crazy. Germany is living in 2024.
2024. We'll let it slide. What the?
Pringles.
What the fuck is that? A Pringles machine? A Pringles gumball machine? What is happening?
Man, this is crazy. I like this.
Look at all these.
I like this. Red Bull, like this is amazing. Whoever thought of this is a genius. You want to come get a sip or something late at night? Come on, get it out the snack machine. Lighter.
Dude, bravo. Even vending machines are just 10 times more fun. See, in the U.S., you will only find 1 or 2 vending machines next to each other in certain places, right? They're not all that common. And when you do find them, there's only 1 or 2. It's the same, like, couple Coca-Cola products maybe, Gatorade or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there's only your typical drinks. There's, like, you might find 1 out of every 10 vending machines that's unique with some different products than you'd normally see. But it's so rare. It's like the same candy bars and then a couple chips and then, your same sodas and water. It's like, dude, it's so boring. You know what I mean? And, honestly, my wife and I have talked about this. Like, vending machine game here is slacking big time in the U.S. And you see places like Japan, like Germany, like, honestly, anywhere it seems to be, like, other than here. This is a great example of that. Look at the variety, man. And the fact that you can get freaking beer there. I'm so jealous. A random thing in Spain. Hold on, that's loud. A random thing we just saw in Spain that just makes sense. Oh, it's one of those moving ladder things. That's really cool. That I believe does or can exist in the U.S. To be fair, I don't see them much though. This is super cool and should be more common. I think I've only seen one of these like once in the U.S. for what it's worth. Yeah, these are awesome. And I don't know why they're not more common here.
Tourist, I finally found a country that offers free public transit. Luxembourg is one of the world's richest
What?
countries, and everyone here is a millionaire. Coming from Los
I doubt that.
Angeles, where public transportation just isn't a thing, this was
Right.
honestly such a shock. Like, not only is it super
God, that
efficient
was
and
nice.
clean, but it
Again, nice, clean, futuristic, well thought out.
also takes you throughout the entire country and all the tourist hotspots.
Look how beautiful
As
that
a
is.
tourist, I find
Luxembourg, huh? Okay. Free public transit. Sorry, I don't know what that was about.
finally found a
Public
country that offers
transport,
free
public transit. Okay.
Luxembourg
Free. And it looks like that. Yeah. Guys, we can't even compete. Close the book. It's shut.
So in Germany, in the supermarket that is called Edeka, you have a self-checkout trolley, which is almost dead, so hopefully I can make this video.
That's awesome.
But if you want to buy something, you scan it here, and then you drop it in the trolley, and then you get this list of stuff, and then I think you can pay.
Oh my
here.
God.
I actually don't know about the paying part yet.
That is so freaking
if you
cool.
want
How is this
to-
not a thing already? Like, that's actually kind of smart, right?
Put something in your trolley, but you forget to scan it. Watch. It shows me the video of me putting something in without scanning it, and then it shows me in slow motion.
Yo, that is
in Germany,
crazy.
In the supermarket.
That is
called
freaking
Edeka,
crazy, dude.
You have a self-checkout trolley.
Oh my God, that's awesome. What are y'all doing over there? No. What are we doing? What are we doing? We got to get with the freaking program, United States. Come on, man. Germany's in another galaxy. Yeah. That's what it looks like to an American. Just saying. Petition for Stradivarius store to open in the U.S. The description says, like, they're obsessed with this store. They have the best selections for winter. They're all over Europe. I like the ones in Madrid. So this is in España then. Okay, I've never heard of this store. They have the advanced checkout, like we saw earlier from London. Cool selection of clothes. I mean, I'm not like a big fashion guy. Like, I'm not a fashion expert. I could dress up when I need to, but I have heard pretty, convincingly that, of course, European fashion just tends to be a little bit better, right? Like, you could find some awesome stuff. And I've seen videos where it sounds a lot cheaper too, because the U.S., you can get nice clothes, but they cost a lot, or you can get a whole bunch of slop, like cheap clothes that, you know what I mean? There's kind of like no in between. But yeah, I've never heard of this store. This must be a thing. And of course, we don't have it here. So, woohoo. The Turkish car brand Tog is coming to Germany. What? I've never even heard of that. Ooh, this thing's kind of cool. Kind of weird looking at first, but actually kind of cool. Wow. The whole damn dash is a screen? That's insane. Wow. Yeah, that thing, I gotta admit, ooh, even the key was kind of cool. Okay. Yo, this thing is insane. It can be, that could be divvied up into 5 screens? Okay, that is freaking awesome, dude. Look, I'll say it again. I'm not the biggest fan of EVs, but this thing is awesome. Freaking awesome, honestly. I have to admit. And I've never even heard of that brand. More proof that you guys have the superior car market. You have so many more choices, so many more brands and interesting vehicles in the European markets, in the Asian markets, in Australian markets, even in Mexico right next to us, right below us. They have so much more to choose from. Dude, our car market kind of sucks here in the U.S., dude. In Brno, Czech, you mean Czechia or Czech Republic? In Brno, Czechia, there is a computer-controlled water jet that shows time? What? Look at it, shows time in all these different, like versions. Yo, that is awesome. Wow, Czechia is just literally in the future, man. Like, let's just say it how it is. That is freaking cool. Yeah, I can safely say I've never seen a clock that's a water jet show. I like it. Apparently, the Netherlands Christmas is in the future. This is like one of the coolest Christmas train setups ever, according to the description. And you know what? No contest here. I wouldn't argue that. This looks awesome. I admire anyone that's able to set up, to even think up this and then set it up and get it all working. I mean, this is incredible, man. You know, I feel like people don't really appreciate or understand how much work something like this would be. And to get it all looking good and looking, you know, like everything flows correctly. And, you know, honestly, to make it look somewhat realistic while also being, you know, slightly on the fantasy side as well, at least with a Christmas theme here. Super freaking cool and very impressive. I mean, not an easy task. Look at all that detail, man. Wow. Bravo, man. That is from Intratuin Duiven in the Netherlands. Yeah, very impressive stuff. There you go. More proof Europe's in the future, especially compared to us in the US right here. Right there. That is some of the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life, dude. We just could never. Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna cut that there. This is a 4-minute video of that. No thanks. I'm impressed. Whoa, you just scared the crap out of me. Seriously, I'm gonna end it there. You know what? Bravo. I love looking at stuff. You know, there's innovations everywhere, of course. There's certainly innovation here. It just seems to be a lot of it, you know, and maybe I'm wrong here, but a lot of it seems to be stuff for people at the top. It seems to be military innovations, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, that's great, but what trickles down to the average American, right? And it doesn't seem like a lot. Whereas a lot of these are just quality of life things, cool technology that you can find in stores, at the train station. You know what I mean? Like, this was cool. This was a fun video. I hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate you being here. And hope you're having a great week. Yeah, I'm going to cut it there. That was really cool. My name is Ian. You watch IWrocker. Until next time, y'all. Catch you later.